Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. 'Cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Welcome to Nat 21 Adventures. This is part 2 of our 3-part series in the MystMor Isles. We will be delving back into this campaign today. Let's pull in our players. We have everybody. There we go. You guys
I made it easy this time. It's all about the clicking. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Our guest DM this week, it's Justin, a.k.a. Cluckin' Awesome. You want to catch us up? What happened last week on
MystMor Isles? All right. So last week, where we left off, our heroes answered the call for Arden Voss to explore and see what this crazy guy is up to. He asked you guys to look into a conspiracy of sorts that he wasn't too keen on completely sharing, just that he needed adventurers that wanted to explore MystMor Isle and uncover its secrets. So you guys answered his call as a group. You came into the bar where he was sitting. He showed you all of his maps and his historical context of what was happening. You graciously agreed to help him out with this. You met with the mayor, who gave you guys a free pass about the city, and then went down into the waterfall, which turned out to be the opening of a cave. You went down into the cave, deliberated a little bit on which direction to go, found the right direction, got into a major fight with some lumber, and then finally found the hidden door, the hallowed halls, if we want to put a name on it. Inside of the hallowed halls, you saw the giant door, but the door was already open. And peeking out of the door was a thrall. The thrall ran to attack you guys. You staved off the danger, and Arden...
He tried to steal my snack. Did not
And I
like.
got to burn him.
Arden, not being the one to put up a fight, decided to hightail it out of there and get back to the city to tell the mayor and the rest of the people that what he found was true. So he took you guys back to the city, where you saw a fight break out. You saw a hole emerge from the ground, and thralls start to pour out of this hole. And one thrall bigger than the other that happened to appear next to the mayor before she could even see or say anything. He grabbed her and ran her through with his sword before he gave you all a message from the necromancer, telling you that he's very happy to know that someone has finally found the information to his whereabouts, and that he is ready to emerge after his long, dark slumber. And that's where we will pick up today. Do we want to do a quick round table of introducing our characters for refreshers?
Sure. Hello. I'm Mermab Fishlips. I'm from the Fishlips ruling caste of the Mermablandia. I happen to be quite fond of fire, and that is the way of things.
Well, as our dear savior Dolly would say, every family's got to have a black sheep. Isn't that right? Well, I am Brucilla, but y'all can call me Brew. Moonshine Genasi. We took up the swamp just up the river from Ms. Moneybags here. So, and as our Lord and Savior Dolly would say, although we had no money, I was rich as I could be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. So.
And I am Sibilant Chair. I am distantly related to Mermab. I come from a little bit more east and down. I am a coelachromatic down. I'm a coelachomorphic mermaid, so that means I'm very into cold water, deep ocean, sharky type vibes.
Unmute your very, very eloquent speeches.
Right, just because.
My apologies, my most excellent companions. But I was not as excellent as you, for my voice had been stolen by some sort of a sea witch, I think.
Mermab, not again.
But I am Ethelbert Merman. I am the captain of the guard to Her Majesty Queen Merlana in Merblandia, and I am here to protect.
And
Well,
look
Protect.
stunning while doing it.
Protect, sorry. There was a T at the end of that.
He
Speaking of protect,
Ooh, everyone, tag yourselves. Are you here to attack, protect, or snack? I'm a little
Snack.
a little attack, a little snack for me.
I like attack and snack.
Yeah.
It's a snack attack.
I will only protect and snack during off hours, for I am on duty, and I need to maintain the abs that Her Majesty Queen Merlana insists out of all of her guard.
I like
I
nothing
never
more
noticed.
than attack. But the queen is very, very wise in her ways.
I wasn't aware that
believe we
abs
all-
are a requirement for the queen. Interesting.
Her-
We all
The
reap those
The
benefits.
abs are a requirement because it shows that all of us can take many, many, many pounds of pressure, including depths to the bottom of the ocean, upon our systems, and indeed still do a proper crunch. This is our
Well, it
way.
explains a lot.
Well, I think Rev Tommy got the group name there for
Are
you.
we the snack pack?
We're the snack pack.
It's pretty fitting.
Why are we
We're up.
always food? I
All
swear,
together-
like we were short stack last time.
What else is there?
We're
all
always
together, we're a
food.
whole meal. You know it.
A whole.
All right. Are we ready to?
I
ready
would
to
like
dig
you to
in?
know that my boyfriend is a pescatarian.
Oh,
But you know, we got to go chase down a necromancer. He did something horrible to the
Oh.
mayor. Did y'all see that? Rosa got run through like
I
a
know.
swordfish and a dolphin, but it didn't end well.
It is most tragic when any of the ruling class are thwarted in any such manner.
It's
So
so
as you guys
quickly.
are talking, the Arden goes to Rosa's side. He's inconsolable, just weeping over her.
I realize this
there.
is probably a very
There.
difficult time for you, but could you maybe tell us what it is you want us to do now? Or should we just go home?
Sorrows.
No, the journey must go on. I believe we still need to tell the elders about what's happening, and figure out what we need to do to stop this. Because if we don't stop this, then the same fate that met my dear Rosa will meet the rest of this town. And then he starts to break down again. Who has the highest passive perception? Who's my triple P? My passive perception person.
Not
let's see, have
I. Not I,
Passive
honorable
perception.
GM.
that would be 1. 11.
I'm at a 13.
Are we
So
doing this
Arden-
anyway? All right.
I am at a 9.
11.
For a
All right.
guardian.
I
Bitch
am
lady.
at an 11.
I think a 13 was our highest. Is that right?
Hey,
All right,
that's
so
girl.
Drusilla, you eyeball a book, looks like a journal, in the hands of Rosa.
Well, did y'all see that? She's holding something. Take a closer look, y'all.
I would
I'll
like to
pick it
take
up.
a closer look.
Okay, you
Yeah.
grab the book. If you open it up, you start to thumb through it a little bit. It is just a journal. Seems just like kind of random thoughts, things that she's trying to keep up with. You do notice one page that is dog-eared. When you go over to that page, it kind of has a bunch of scribbles in it talking about how like Arden was right. Eureka. And then she talks about something called the Sundari Codex. But a lot of it is sort of illegible. It just looks like very, very quick scribbles, something that maybe
What's
she...
a Zendari? Do we know?
Yes. That is the name of the civilization that was below
Oh,
us.
that. Right.
They were here in the great before.
Right before.
Oh.
So, Mermab, you are the only one with this knowledge at the moment.
Oh, I certainly share this with everyone, for though I may be of Liberty Gibbet, I am not withholding.
Okay. As you tell the rest of the group, Arden kind of perks up. The Sundari Codex. Hold on. He kind of shakily takes off his bag, starts to rifle through it, pulls out a note. Yet the Sundari Codex is not supposed to exist, but it may.
Where would she have found it?
Without Rosa telling us, if there's nothing else in her journal, we'll have to ask the Council of Elders if they know more about what she may have been talking about.
Well, I
You
would
know
have
what
thought,
we need now? A necromancer.
I would have thought that as a mayor she'd have a better education, but it looks like she couldn't write very well.
Are you saying that to Arden or the group?
Yeah, I'm saying it consolingly, like, well, I'm sorry, honey. And the implication here, I'm not saying it out loud, but it looks like she was kind of stupid.
No, not my dear Rosa. She must have been in a hurry.
All right,
Well,
well,
I
let
do
that be
believe-
the reason.
I do believe that this is certainly a time to talk to the authorities. You know,
Well,
the ruling class.
I believe we must also render assistance to all of these people who are now without homes and may have had homes dropped on them, so that their homes are possibly now without them.
That is
that's a good
definitely a
point.
fine and ambitious goal. However, don't you think that the city planning officials might be better suited?
People are burning, and fire is the opposite of water. And so, I consider this my sworn duty.
Okay.
Very well. I will allow
Thank you.
you to say.
Since he already left.
Real good
All
with
right. I guess let's go
I guess
talk to
maybe
the authorities. I'm not really.
All right.
Is there a place Brew and I could maybe hang out while you do that?
I
Give me a
suppose
place
you could
look for
join the dear Ethelbert in assisting the locals.
Yeah, fire ain't always the solution, cuz.
I'd like to take this opportunity to control some fire
Okay.
and put it out. This pains me, you know.
Okay. Yeah, you can help. After what Ethelbert had said, you can hear sort of screams and general uneasiness happening in the distance of the town. The thralls that did disperse out of this tunnel sort of ran through the town, not really in groups, more just to kind of create havoc. I think the whole scene that was set here was, a driven point, right? That the message was to be delivered, and that was it. So there's probably maybe a couple dozen of these thralls still running about the town.
Ooh, let's go
The-
at them.
The
mine.
authorities are doing pretty good job of knocking them down, but you can certainly go and help as well.
All right.
Also,
Fails
Honor-
with me.
Honorable Game Master, may I please attempt to use Wall of Wind in order, Gust of Wind, in order to disperse flame within my vicinity?
Sure.
Very good.
Oh, and I've also got create or destroy water. I think I'm gonna create some, and I can make the water fall as rain in a 30-foot cube within range. So I'd like to disperse that over the worst of the fires.
Okay, great. Let me roll some dice and see here. Let's say we have about 6 houses that you can see that are on fire, and you can probably reasonably put that over one of the houses.
All right. Sploosh.
All right. So as you do that
I
house,
think we're all working in 5-foot squares if my reading stands correct.
You can kind of move wherever you'd like. If your spells hit larger cones, that's fine as well. We're not really in any kind of initiative order. Just as you guys want to help out the town, just shout it out.
I am
Extinguish.
chasing thralls and throwing chill touch
Okay.
at them.
All right. Go ahead and roll some attacks for me. We'll do that.
Right.
We'll do it a little informally.
All right, just like 3 or so.
Yeah, sure.
All right. 16.
Okay.
23.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
And I can't math. 13 plus 17.
Yep, they all hit. Roll some
Yeah.
damage for me.
All right, so this is, I remember, this is the one I don't have a card for. 1d8, I think.
While that's happening, Ethelbert, you were doing wind. Did you want to try and put out one of the houses? Okay. do you have
Indeed,
anything-
honorable.
do you
I
have
beg your
anything to roll
pardon.
for that?
It just simply needs to make a saving roll of stronger than 11.
Okay, yeah. Since you're putting out an object that's not sentient, we'll say that works.
5, 8, and 2.
Okay, so you take down one of the thralls pretty easily. Actually, you kind of you catch him off guard and you kind of cut him down from behind. Ethelbert, you move the wind around one of the houses and kind of choke out the fire, and you see it just kind of die down on its own.
Extinguish,
Next.
extinguish, extinguish, extinguish.
As,
No saving throw. It's a cantrip.
As Mermab sort of just points her fingers at the fire, you just see him kind of snuff out of existence.
I'll miss you.
Rain, but I'm also occasionally spitting at the rain at the fire.
All right.
Even
Say
though the phrase
say it.
is choke out the fire, choke the life out of it, I am attempting to not choke the life out of it, for I believe I need to smother it gently and say, you have done your work, and in your own way, you too have been honorable.
Are you Marie Kondoing the fire? Is that what just happened?
I have no idea what that means, for I am deep in character.
So as you life coach the fire, you see the fire just sort of compassionately nod to you before it disappears.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namas flame.
The flame in me sees
The
the
flame
flame in
honors
you.
the flame in you.
The water in me honors and acknowledges.
All right, so
Flame
I'd
in
say
you.
between the efforts of everything that you guys have taken as actions against the city, and then as well as the actual authorities here in the city, you have managed to take out the thralls that remained and put out all the fires. So crisis averted for now.
All right, let's try some high fives.
I have, oh. Sweet.
Boop.
It's the opposite way.
We are so good. Oh,
I have
yeah.
a query. Are thralls edible?
They're made of dead flesh.
Yeah, so when you defeat a thrall, they sort of just fall into a pile of basically like skin and whatever they were wearing at the time.
I feel like I get this and some fire, and it's like pork rinds, but thrall rinds.
Thrall rinds. I'm a pass on that one.
Also
All right.
known as Wizard's Bane.
So as things die down, Arden is just kind of on autopilot throughout this. He's kind of with you guys, but there's kind of just a blank stare as he kind of just like is fading
He's
off.
been through a lot.
Sisters, we need to get this man back on rails.
Sorrows, prayers.
Well, Arden, darling, you know what Savior Dolly gave us some words for this moment that I think Rose would have said to you. She said, if I should stay, well, I would only be in your way. Hey, and so I'll go, and yet I know I'll think of you each step of the way. Hey, and I will always love you. Blessed be.
He's a little confused with the phrasing,
Yeah.
but he gets the message, and you see him just sort of the same, just kind of sullen look, but just like tears just continue to stream.
Let it out, baby.
All right, so what are you guys doing now?
Sorrows, prayers, tap tap.
Well, I guess if we're gonna get this reward, right? If we go chase down this here necromancer.
Well, I do believe we must touch base with the elders, or what did you call them? The
Council.
ruling, the council. Yes, the people in charge, the ones that make decisions.
Yes, the Council of Elders. They should know the most about this, if anything. If anyone's to know anything about this, they will.
Very well, you may take us.
All right, I'll lead the way. He just sort of absentmindedly leads you down towards the Council of Elders tower. Doesn't really say anything along the way. Usually he's very chatty, kind of tour guiding the situation, showing you the sights and sounds along the way, and he's just kind of just going through the motions, going in that direction. You get to the council tower, and as you approach the building, the doors just sort of dematerialize. They just disappear. Arden, used to this, he just kind of walks straight through it, not being bothered by it at all. Then once he steps in, it's a very large room. There's a kind of an ornate floor, sort of a mosaic tiling. In the middle, it looks like a mosaic of the sun, and in the center of that sun is where Arden is standing, just sort of expectantly waiting for you guys to stand there with him.
Ooh,
All right. Is this
let us stand in the sunspot.
what's about to happen now?
Yes, mind your feet. We're going up. So as you all get on top of the sun mosaic, it starts to just lift up, and you start to gain speed as you go, a little bit faster than a normal elevator would be, but you are climbing. It's a long way up, so you've got a minute of awkward silence from Arden.
Honorable
split
Arden
my
man.
hand in his and stand awkwardly close. I don't know why I keep saying awkwardly close. If I say close, just know it's awkward.
Sure, it's implied. Yes.
Just every time.
I know
Honorable-
you're sad, but if you're sad right now, you'll be distracted, and distraction will get us all killed. So I need you to snap out of it. Cry later. Okay, for me?
For you, sure. And he kind of scoots a little bit farther away from you as much as he can. Bumps into Ethelbert on the other side.
Honorable Arden, sir.
Oh,
Does this now make
yes.
you the mayor?
No, I don't have any sort of authority in this town. I used to be part of the Historian Association, but I was let go from that position.
Oh,
Forgot to pay your dues, huh?
They did not believe in the truth, so they decided to
they were not
part
excellent.
ways.
They're eating 10-year-old canned anchovies this morning, aren't they?
That's
I
what
know not what that means, but
I was just about
sure.
to say the same thing.
The barnacles
So am I
that you
hearing?
feel upon your journey will always find a way to both build and be scraped off. It is up to us to decide whether we are allowing them to grow upon our faces or indeed scrape them off in order to make our journey even smoother.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Very, very nautical themed, but very well said.
You should see some of the places I had to scrape off some barnacles.
Oh dear.
I would never be caught dead with barnacles.
Listen, I used to clean barnacles off of, I ain't gonna say where, when you and I were little. Don't you act like you ain't never had a barnacle.
Does this mean that maybe I could be mayor?
I was believing that there might be an opening.
Why
Maybe
would y'all
Mermab.
here?
Maybe Mermab could be leader. She is obviously our leader.
As you guys are having this conversation, the mosaic tile sun that you're standing on reaches the top. You see it kind of go into the ceiling, which then becomes the floor. And you are met with a large circular table that is just right in front of you with 4 people standing there. And as you are having this conversation, it comes up and you hear one of them say, "Hey, I don't think it's time to replace the mayor yet.
Mm.
No?
We have other things to worry about first."
Oh, that's fair.
I don't think she's gonna be okay, y'all.
Arden, I am very sorry for your loss. I hope you're all right. He doesn't really look at who's talking, and he just kind of yes. So you are the adventurers that went with Arden to the cave, I presume.
That is correct.
Oh yeah. It was a hell of a cave.
Literally.
Just chock full of thralls and
Thralls.
traps and all kinds of stuff. And we did what we could, but we had no idea we were going to see that many of them. So I'm real sorry about what happened to the town.
We were indeed enthralled by the thralls.
One of the other elders will chime in and say, "Speaking of these thralls, there seems to be a growing issue with them popping out of different tunnels in the town. We need to get a handle on this before it becomes a major issue."
I
Are
agree.
your plans to cut it off at the source? Or do you have other thoughts on the subject?
Well, we are inclined to believe more of what Arden has said now. And to that, Arden takes the journal from I guess Priscilla, or no, Mermab, you had it, right?
That is correct.
He'll take the journal from you and he kind of forcefully tosses it onto the table and says, "You'll see in Rose's journal, in the notes that she's made there, that she too believed me. Not that it matters now that she's gone. But had you had listened earlier, maybe we could have avoided this catastrophe." They all
Your
The
truth.
angry boy.
they all kind of straighten up in their chairs a little bit and they say, "Yes, Arden, the time for finger pointing is not now. We need to solve this problem, and it does appear that you have been right so far. So how
Did
can
you
we
know
help
that
you in
you
your
can do
endeavor?"
2 things at the same time? One can solve problems while pointing fingers.
We
Just
do
thought
have
I'd mention that.
And you know, our Savior Dolly would say, when someone shows you their true colors, believe them.
And indeed, in the court of Queen Merlana in Merblandia, we also believe in throwing the malefactors who allowed her disaster to happen off of the highest peaks and then dealing with the problems.
all of this is great, but we need to know what we can do to help you find the information that you need so that we can stop this.
That's the best idea I heard all day.
I
There's
believe
a
the
book-
correct pronoun is we. And the Sundari Codex.
Sundari Codex. The taller council elder, he says, the Sundari Codex. Yes. This is not one that was assumed to be real. This was more of a myth that we told our children of the time before Moo York City.
What does it contain? Please do share. Enlighten us.
We don't fully know it. We thought it was a fairy tale for the longest time. Arden here, he told us that he thought that it was real, but it was a bedtime story that we told our young. It's a thing that we said could make wishes come true, could grant dreams, all these sorts of things to keep the spirit of adventure alive for our young ones. We never thought that this was actually a real item. And then Arden kind of pipes up, well, yes, clearly it seems to be real now. So if we can find any information to get us to that codex, that would be very helpful. Yes. The only place that this would and should exist is in the ancient ruins of the city that we are built upon. There is still access to the old ruins of the original city underneath the library. Arden, I'm sure you know of it well. If you go down there with this key, and he hands you like a very old, like a wrought iron style key. He hands that off to you guys and says, there is an area in the back that is gated off. That key will get you into that gate, and then that can take you down into the ruins of the old city. Be warned, though, it is not an area that anyone has explored in a very, very long time, so please be mindful, watch your step. There will be no help to come save you, because we do not know what is down there.
Shoot, this is gonna be more fun than chasing krill down into the Marianas Trench.
Would you say your city is built upon the bones of an old city?
This is correct, yes.
So you built this city on rocks and thralls.
I'm not sure that we specifically built it on thralls, but
But they have come out from underneath your city.
in a sense, yes. We are getting reports from other cities that this is also happening in their lands as well.
I do find that most intriguing.
It's affecting almost everyone. As you know, Arden, I'm not sure if you all know, but the Council of Elders here is made up of those from the other lands. And then as he kind of points that out, you realize that there's a human, a dwarf, a mermaid, and an elf all at this council. You may have realized that the different races represented here, but not to that degree of these are representatives of those cities. So you all actually notice the mermaid council elder here is a lady named Marina. She is sort of a higher authoritative figure that reports indirectly to the queen. She is in charge of the affairs, basically like trade affairs between Moo York City and Mermablandia. And so with that knowledge, you can assume that the others have a similar authoritative control for their cities as well. So he kind of drones on about all the different things about the city and how the tower that you guys are in is built is a tower that was still standing from then. So there's a few buildings like the Sundari Tower in the middle of the city, the one that powers everything. That one is also a tower that is still standing from the original city. assumed to be much taller than it is now, but it's, obviously underground. So Arden kind of cuts him off and says, yes, we know all of this information. Time really is of the essence, so we better get going. He kind of turns around waiting for the platform to go back down. The human one, he kind of directs his attention towards you all and says, yes, I'm very sorry for the way that things have turned out here. Rosa was a dear friend to us all, and a much more dear friend to our friend Arden here. So I wish you guys all the luck that we can, and I wish we could help you out more, but this is the best that we can do.
So no healing potions or
Necromancers?
no? Okay.
Sounds like if we find this here codex, I guess we could make a wish and bring her back to life.
It does appear that the wounds that Rosa has suffered are incurable. They were laced with something that could not be healed.
It was a very deadly death.
As you know, there are ways of escaping death in this realm, so we will try everything within our power to help that. But we are rather stretched thin at the moment, trying to help out the townspeople here and the townspeople across the island. So if there is anything that you need, you are more than welcome to visit the armory beforehand. There is certain types of armors, weapons, potions that you may need, anything like that. You may be able to find it there. Just ask the headsmith there, and he or she will help you.
Very well. I do appreciate your aid, and we are looking forward to burning all of your enemies to the ground.
Or drowning them.
Or drowning them.
Yes. Be careful on your journeys. Kind of turns around very confused.
Good councilman, before you go.
Yes?
It was mentioned to us by Arden that the current Moo York City was built upon the bones, the rocks and thralls of the old Sundari capital.
Correct.
And the Sundari themselves did destroy their own city in the hopes of defeating the thrall menace.
That is what it does seem to be the case now.
I am not a wise man. I am not technically a man. I am a merman. We are a different species from you.
Yes.
But my question for you is, would it not be wise to evacuate your people to the inner lands and allow us to destroy this city as well, if need be?
I'm not sure that destroying this city would be the most fruitful use of our times.
What else has
certainly.
worked for you?
As a last resort, certainly. Last resort. However, I do believe that the esteemed Ethelbert Merman is wise in these matters. You do have a tendency to wait until too late.
Well,
Wouldn't you rather evacuate and then bring them back?
To be fair, we have only gained knowledge on this for the last, say, 24 hours.
And this is a great time for you to start planning evacuations, don't you think?
As the subject matter experts, we recommend you take our advice. Do we need a roll of persuasion check or something?
Sure. If you want to double down on it, go for it.
Oh, yes. Excellent.
Now we're in my wheelhouse.
So, who's got the best persuasion? Because I'm happy to just assist.
Will a nat 21 do?
That's higher than mine. That nat 21 is higher than my 22.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, I got a 14, I think.
Well, you add 5 to mine, so it is still higher.
Well, no, your nat 21 is still higher. Boy, there's nothing that can beat a nat 21.
A nat 21.
That's right. The only thing better than a nat 20 is a nat 21.
Catchphrase. So, Sib, with your nat 21, floor is yours. How do you make your case?
I lean over the table uncomfortably close to everyone.
Naturally.
I am an expert in dangerous creatures. And I can say, without a doubt, the easiest way to not die to a dangerous creature is to not be in its way at all.
You do make an excellent point there. The dwarf will kind of chime back in, and he kind of slams his fist on the ground and says, "All right, we shall start evacuating everyone from the towns, but we need to make this fast. We need to stop this tragedy before it starts."
Certainly. Remember, we can do more than one thing at a time. You can evacuate, and we can stop this tragedy from getting worse.
The human one kind of chimes back in again and says, "Yes, well, you have a quorum here. We shall look into evacuations, and you do your part, and we will do ours. Please make haste." And they kind of all start to stand up from the table. As they start to stand up, the pedestal or the platform that you're standing on starts to descend.
Okay, bye. Y'all take care now. Make sure you're right.
Excellent work, team. Very proud of you, Sibby.
You know, that was probably the best idea we've had in a while. I remember last time we all met up and nobody evacuated nothing, and that didn't work out so great.
There were regrets.
I'm just hoping at least a handful of them decide to flee to the water.
Yeah.
The
But many of
ulterior
them-
motive. I see.
Many of them cannot breathe in the water. So I do hope that they have some magic users who can help with that.
You know, humans and land dwellers, they have these things called boats. They invented them a few years ago, and they're pretty nice. Keeping them out of the water.
As you guys continue your conversation, the platform, you see the bottom start to come into view now. The platform rests back into the floor. And Arden, without a beat, like even before it really stops, he just sort of steps off and starts towards the door.
To the library, then?
Indeed.
Well,
Oh,
we need to be members of the library in order to enter.
Oh, I believe there was one stop we needed to make before the library.
Armory.
Something
What's
about
that?
an
Armory,
armory.
yes.
Yes. All right. If we must.
Oh, certainly.
Arden seems a little annoyed, but
We
he'll.
could alternatively level up.
To the armory it is.
Man, that was
That was my best pitch.
that was a solid pitch.
Damn.
We'll see how it goes. There's probably a level up in your future towards the end, so we can do it in between sessions.
Very well. I will
All right.
allow it.
So you step out of the council tower. Arden takes a hard left and a beeline down this street, and then not maybe a block past the council tower is the armory that they were talking about. Arden kind of opens the door for you guys and goes, "All right, make it quick, make it quick."
Okay, I have a shopping list right here, if you don't mind.
Is a trident too on the nose?
Oh no, you would look so good with a trident. It would be most fetching on you.
As you guys walk in, there's a person with his feet kind of kicked up, over top of each other on the counter, and like a newspaper or magazine or whatever that would be on, like, kind of fallen on their face as they.
No need to wake the poor fool.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Continue.
me, choose me. Yeah, I lean over uncomfortably close. and pull the newspaper down.
Okay.
Good morning, Starshine. We'd like weapons.
Let's see. Roll something.
Intimidation.
Yeah,
Intimidation.
let's go with intimidation. That can wake him up, sure.
All right. That is an 18.
Okay. He hears this voice, this eerie voice enter his ears, and kind of opens kind of frightfully, sees you and goes, yes. Can I help you?
The council said that we could have weapons.
The council
And
said you could have weapons.
Magic
And
items.
Magic weapons, please.
Do you have
We have
anything
a badge.
We have an
Sure.
Arden.
I
and
have a
badge.
spear.
Arden did not come in with you. He's
Oh.
waiting outside. You can go
Well,
get him, but he's not in the room.
Well,
I
we've
have
got
a hall
the
pass.
we've got the special badges, and
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
don't know
true.
if you noticed, but the city was recently on fire, full of thralls, and a necromancer killed your mayor. So we're the ones who are here to help with that.
Fish people walk into the armory and say that the town is on fire.
That is an incredibly racist thing to say.
Let me
We would
Seriously,
appreciate you rephrasing.
That is beyond the pale.
let me see the badge.
I show him the badge.
He kind of brings it like really close to his face. Yeah, all right, that checks out. He hands it back to you. All right, what do you need?
That's my bad say.
I would love very much to have at least one ring of protection, elemental protection if you've got it.
A ring of protection.
Yes, it's a pretty basic magic item.
All right. He goes. One second. He
We
walks
also
into the
need
back room.
healing potions and what else do we need?
Ooh, right. I'd like some potions of necrotic resistance and
Oh yeah.
poison resistance and some healing if you got them.
Resistance.
The things.
Okay.
I would like an armor of ringmail acid resistance, please, and also a magic spear if you have this.
Oh, and if you got any oil of slipperiness, that comes in real handy.
Ooh.
If you have any
Very
crossbows, I would
dry.
not be averse to having a crossbow, either a full size or even a single hander.
It's a child's
Alchemist
Christmas
fire.
list. You guys are
Alchemist
just circling
fire,
the magazine.
please.
Greek
Oh,
fire.
any wand of fireballs would be most appreciated.
You guys don't hear like any kind of confirmation to anything that you've said. You just sort of hear shuffling and then like grumbling in the back of where's that thing? Where's that? Shelves. Just kind of keeps going on. He comes back out and he goes, all right, I've found some things. He puts various colored potions in front of you.
What are they? Labeled?
I don't know. I don't have a system for this.
Are they?
I just you were saying potions, so I just brought potions.
Are we going to roll to see what they are?
This seems
you'll have to try to
incredibly
find
inefficient.
I will say the health potions are pretty symbolic, pretty easily identifiable. There's 3 of those, and then given your affinity for pyromania, you do notice one alchemist's fire in that bunch of bottles.
I must maintain my composure.
Well
You
done.
said did someone mention a trident? I couldn't find that. I did find a spear. He hands you a
Oh.
spear.
What kind of spear is it?
Sharp one.
Long
Does it have any special magical abilities?
He pokes you with it and goes, "You tell me."
Rude.
It didn't. It doesn't feel like you were affected by any type of magic.
Does it feel plus 1-y in any way?
It feels like a normal spear, unfortunately.
All right. I already
Did you
have a
say
normal
something
spear.
about armor or something.
Yes. Ring
Sure.
armor?
He slams a chest plate down on the table. It's a plate mail, and he said, "Oh, here's a shirt. It's a chainmail shirt,
All right.
which is basically just the same thing as ring mail, but more of like a human style looking one than you're used
All
to."
right.
Was that a chainmail shirt?
Yeah.
Do you want this, Mermab?
Oh, that is not necessary for me.
All right. If no one else has issues with it, I will wear the chainmail shirt.
I think it would look most fetching on you.
Thank you.
Was there something else that I missed in there?
I mean,
Fireballs, wands or rods.
As long as you gave me an array of them potions, then I'll be fine.
Wands. I didn't hear that before. Hold on. He walks into the back again. You hear some more shuffling, some boxes and shelves moving around. He comes back and kind of splays out a bunch of wands in front of you and goes, "I don't know what they do, but here's
take
some
them all."
wands." Yeah, so there's 4 wands in total.
Excellent.
we don't know what they do. Oh,
This here crop top looks like it's going to be perfect armor for you.
What is the crop top?
Well, it just covers. Looks like it just covers your most sensitive areas. Kind of like what I'm wearing. Shout out to Rev Tommy.
so we all have wands, but we don't know what kind they are. We'll find
But
out.
my abs would remain very uncovered, and Queen Merlana would be most upset if they came under distress.
Fine. Yeah, distress.
Distressed abs are a terrible thing.
Wand roulette. I like it. You as you guys are kind of looking over the items, you hear a knock at the front door. Arden peeks his head and goes, Are we quite ready to move on now?"
Is there anything else that we need?
I'm good.
Does anybody want this other spear? For I already have a spear.
I have it.
Oh, very good.
All right, if there's nothing else.
There were no crossbows?
Crossbows? No. Couldn't find one of those.
And crossbows.
I did
That's
find
all,
some
darling.
bolts for a crossbow if you want those.
If you
Ethelbert.
really need one, I've got a crossbow you can borrow, Ethelbert.
I would love.
Ethelbert, you
I
were
mean, if-
not
and-
allowed crossbows after that last incident, you recall.
But now that I have served my time with only using a spear and my throwing axes, I believe that I could be potentially allowed to use it under the circumstances.
I certainly won't argue. I was just bringing up the knowledge.
When he makes that face, I just can't deny him anything.
Oh, certainly. One could never deny a face such as that.
I don't have to
I
be part of
can.
this conversation. And the guy behind the counter puts the bolts, the crossbow bolts on the counter, and then kind of kicks his feet back up and kind of goes back to his nap.
I
The
lean
crossbow
in
bolt-
very, very close, pull the newspaper just slightly down, and I'm close enough that he can feel my radiating cold, and I just go, "Sweet dreams," and then I put the newspaper back up.
You see a face of like just disgust as you do that. He's just like,
Somewhat satisfying. I'm losing my touch. I've been.
There were
away
no
for long.
rings, I would assume, or amulets, or any other jewelry.
Do you want me to ask?
more
him?
things. He gets very upset with you.
If we're going into certain doom, I certainly would like to be dressed to the lines when that happens.
He goes in the back. You hear more rustling. You hear a shelf fall over and him start to scream profanities. And then he comes back out with a box that's kind of like broken on the end. And he pops it on the counter and goes, "There, jewelry. Now. Please
Take it
leave."
all.
It's
Yeah,
really
sure.
great to see someone take such joy in their work.
It would be great if we had more funding for this place, but now it's just sort of a a trash heap that people throw their random knickknacks and baubles at.
So,
Is there anything
Brew,
that's an actually aesthetic piece of jewelry?
A lot of it seems like lost and found kind of jewelry. There is one piece that looks very ornate. It's got a black gem in the middle of it in the shape of
I
like
absolutely
an
love it.
actual diamond, like a four-sided diamond.
I'll fight you for it.
And then that is held on by like a spiraling silver piece that's holding it together on top of the necklace. The gem looks big, but it's pretty light. Still looks heavier than the very thin silver chain that it's on, but it doesn't seem to outweigh the chain. It seems to sit nicely on the chain, oddly enough.
Brew, I have a question. This crossbow you are giving me, obviously, rather loaning me, obviously I know what it is, but could you please just let me know if it is a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, or a single-handed crossbow?
It's a light crossbow. I don't like
Thank
to be
you.
weighed down.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I
Uh,
believe I've got 20 bolts that I can hand over with them as well.
Oh, I appreciate you very much.
No problem.
The front door opens and you hear Arden kind of chime in again and say, "We really must be on our way."
Can
Very
we hear
well.
her walk out?
Oh, right. Oh, everybody take really big, slow steps with, try to make your cloak kind of wave
Right.
behind
What?
you.
Billowy cloaks.
I have hair. I'll do my hair.
Right. Oh, hey, Ethel, cause that breeze again. So we're all just kind of getting sort of windswept.
Oh,
Gust
I'm sorry.
wind,
Allow me to get ahead of you so your hair does not blow into your face. And I run down the hall.
Thanks, darling. All right. Well, shall we hop on this hoarder? I feel like it's about time we tinkle or get off the potty.
I believe this would actually be a fantastic time, my fellow adventurers, my cousins, and my honorable GM, if we went to confessions.
Confession.
Who would like to go first?
Oh, me? So I can go to the bathroom. I hope that today is exciting, but not dangerous, because I'm getting a little bit bored with this town. Not that I don't love hanging out with the girls and our random guard. We always end up with a random guard. But at any rate, now that we have a lot of pokey things and maybe magical things, I feel a little bit better about it. Plus, I was going to go find a book. So how exciting could that be?
Ooh, sorry. Click. I do love new jewelry, and I believe some of this is quite girlish. But this little thing is so exquisite. I think I shall keep this. I wonder if any of these will assist in burning things down. It's not an unreasonable request. In fact, I believe if we just burn the entire Undercity, that would solve quite a few problems. Yes.
You know, these land dwellers have such an interesting way of solving their problems. But if I'd have known that all I would have had to do is agree to save the town in order to get a shopping trip like this, my goodness, I would have signed up for this kind of stuff before. You don't think there'll be any kind of problem if I fix these potions, do you? I think it's just gonna. It'll work out fine,
I like that it's more of a shake than a pour.
right?
I now have a crossbow, I have my spear, and I have my very odd crop top chain shirt. I am not quite sure how much protection I will have if someone hits a shot towards my abdomen, but I hope that my rock-hard abs will indeed save me from any malefactors that we may find, and also that we may be able to help people and save the day yet again, and also for the first time.
People always coming in here asking for things, saying, I need this, I need that, I need armor, I need weapons. They don't ever ask how I'm doing. They don't ever say, hey, Jake, how's it going? Do you guys get enough funding here? Are you having a good day? No, I don't get asked anything. It would be nice if someone came in here for once just to catch up.
Oh.
So sad.
The poor lonely equipment manager of the Moo York City.
All right.
Art.
Sib, if you have some control, if you could put me into a single shot.
I don't.
Well, who
I might be
Prue.
able to about.
Oh, Prue,
No,
if you could put me into a single shot.
Oh, I think maybe I can. There
There
you
we
are.
go. All right. Friends, hello. It is I, Ethelbert Merman. I am your captain of the guard. And I am also here to let you know about our amazing week of opportunities that you have to watch shows with us. For here on Nat21 Adventures, twitch.tv/Nat21 Adventures, you can watch shows 5 days a week, especially if we are streaming and our cats are not unplugging our systems. Now, for instance, on Mondays, you could join Brew as Lady Prudence for Modern Mondays. Or you could join me Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. for Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. It is not me, Ethelbert, but it is Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. And we do have, as you can see on your screen now, signature metal dice now available in Druidic Green, or as I like to think of it, as Shakespeare Green, because Druids have nothing to do with this show. We also have other shows throughout the week, such as Gothic Horror Gaming, and, as I am doing this entirely off of memory, Crafting with the Crew. And then we are here again, of course, on Tuesday nights. If there are any shows that I am forgetting, please be excellent to each other and to me, and either call them out in the comments or just tune in and watch. But also, my friends, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Nat21Adventures and become a Patreon Saint. Patreon Saints get all sorts of advantages during the game, getting to throw down bonuses, crits, or even critical failures to our players, or even to the DM, whoever that may be. There's also a random Thursday night show that Patreons can join in occasionally. And when you join the Patreon Saints, there are many cool monthly perks. As I said, the ability to sway the game, maps, monster stats, and even the opportunity to join the Grand Saints. And Flash Phantasmagoria on Thursday mornings with Handler Z from Gothic Horror Gaming. So much going on, and you can find many of your favorite Nat21 players at a Renaissance festival near you.
Yay!
Do you know
That's
one of the
fun.
perks you can get as a Patreon Saint?
No, I don't. Please tell us more, Sibyllin.
You get a code to get 5% off at tabletoptees.com.
TabletopTees.com. Sib, how about you tell us a bit more about that?
It's my tea shop. I make tea blends that are based on mostly tabletop references, but they're all geeky tea blends. And they're all fun.
Yeah.
They are all fun. And also, friends, do not forget one other thing before we get back into the game. And of course, toasting our dear Patreon Saints with a hearty huzzah. But not yet. This is a pre-za, not the actual huzzah. Now, friends, we want you to know that you can join several of your favorite players, including Palar Garbanzo, maybe me when I'm Shakespeare, which I'm not right now because I have bangs, or or Brew as Prue, maybe Mab, on Destination D&D tours, where we go and play some awesome and wholesome D&D action in castles and in fun cities around the world. This November, I'm starting around the 18th and going until the 23rd, if I remember correctly. We are going to be in New Orleans, in the creepy vampire quarter of Magecroft. And in July of next year, July of 2025, from the 14th to the 19th, Paolo Garbanzo and Shakespeare are going to be at Muncaster Castle yet again, playing D&D in a castle where Tom Fool was, because we are foolish, my friends. We have our own tavern. We have our own armory. We have our own owry. We have our own Roman ruins. What's not to love? So, friends, go to renadventures.com for more information, and we'll see you there.
Look what happens when you attend such a thing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You become a DM on our
You
show.
get to sit in the big
Dreams
DMs
come
there.
true, guys.
And now, since we've had our preza, let us thank all of our Patreon saints for supporting the show and give them a hearty huzzah.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Have a cup.
Clink, clink.
This was your dream? This right here?
Say dream.
Okay.
We're glad to be a part of it. Now let's go burn things.
You know, I'm so glad that our adventure is going to take us through a library, because that is one of our Savior Dolly's favorite aspects of any city ever.
I'm not going to lie, I don't have a lot of use for books underwater, but sure.
If they are written on vellum, I am willing to take them
Oh.
home with me.
If they are written on vellum.
But if they are not, they will disintegrate. This is known.
They also burn very nicely, but I won't do such a thing, for I have great respect for knowledge and poetry.
Also, do we need to be members? That my question was never answered.
Very valid.
We've got the passes right here.
Yeah,
City passes.
I had a pass.
there's no membership for the library. You can go
Oh.
straight in.
I love
This
it.
is most excellent.
My badge dropped on the floor. Mine says, "You're fine, you big baby."
Did you etch that into your badge?
Amazing.
That's my health care plan. You're fine.
You're fine, you big baby.
So Arden leads you into the library, and it's kind of a ghost town. There's no librarian in sight, no one at the front counter. But Arden seems to know where he's going. He goes in confidently. He goes straight down the stairs.
The trick is acting like you belong there.
Is it because of the current emergency and everybody fleeing the city, or is this a sad commentary on the sorry state of our current educational system and use of our public facilities?
Both is good.
It could be a bit of both, but I would say it's probably impending doom at the moment.
Of course, yes.
Impending doom of
this
a
way.
failing education system or a necromancer.
There's some narrative in there, yeah. So Arden leads you down the stairs. It's a very big library. The outside doesn't do it justice. As you walk in, it's kind of a smaller room, but then
Bigger on the inside.
when you
I was
come
about
through
to
the
say, as
archway,
with most libraries, it looks like it's bigger on the inside.
when you come through the archway, it's sort of a wraparound, sort of like viewing deck where there's floors that go up with very narrow stairways that kind of zigzag to go up the floors for the viewing deck side, and then there's a large staircase that goes down. Arden takes you down the staircase, and then it's where you hit the kind of the main floor of this place, where there's rows of bookshelves. Goes straight through all of that. There's a door at the back, a large wooden door. He opens that to where there's a very different environment here. As you pass through the threshold of this door, it's very cold, very dungeon-esque in here. It looks almost as if where the door and the wall that you came in before was sort of built kind of to block this area in here off, but still have access to it. Very unfinished looking in here, and you're immediately met directly in front of you with gates and almost like cells, like gel cells, but not really. More of like iron bars put in place to block off this area that's in front of you, which is sort of like a cave system, sort of like maybe like an old hallway that's sort of kind of fallen apart in disarray.
Is this the top remnants of what was here before?
This would be a great place to leave some wine to age or something else to ferment.
This would be an excellent spot to have a destination tabletop game.
Priscilla,
I unlocked the door.
roll perception for me.
Ooh, I love it when you ask me to roll perception.
Yeah.
All right, let me get back to my home screen. Is this a passive perception or
Real perception.
Well, all right then. Looks like I'm at a 19.
As you say the words that this would be a good place for booze to be, you catch in the corner some bottles of wine that look like they've been stashed in here.
Hey, I know my trade.
Well, certainly, darling. Do grab those to go.
Oh, you know
I will. I'd like to unlock the door, please.
Certainly. Arden hands you the key.
I do unlock the door. After everyone.
Aiden's a word that means fire.
Oh, no, Arden. It was Arden.
I will be calling you Aiden accidentally henceforth. So please do continue down this way.
So you insert the key, very, very clunky locking mechanism. As you turn it, it's one of those where it turns like all the way around and then makes a large clunk at the end. And then the gate just sort of freely squeaks open. All right, shall we descend?
Certainly, this does need a little bit of maintenance. I would like
down
to lock
is my
the door
favorite
behind
direction.
us. Can I lock the door behind us?
You cannot. It doesn't lock from the other side. You could put your hand through if you wanted to and lock it that way, but there's no way to lock it from the other side.
We might need a quick escape. I'm just saying, it wouldn't be the first time.
I'm apprehensive about others using this as an exit when it is not currently being guarded.
What if we left a guard here?
Who?
We're not splitting the party.
What if we go out, get one of the city guards to come stand here, guard?
We're wasting time. Let's just go.
That does seem like a lovely idea. However, right now, I will just lock the gate. Stick my hand. I will leave the key in the lock.
Because I'm worrying about we need a very quick egress. Like
that's what I'm thinking.
I'm fine with either, but we really should get going.
I did what I did.
Okay. As you guys follow Arden down, you're met with the base of now what looks like a room. Very, very old and dusty. There's the door that you went through. No door in the front. It's a large square room. There's a door to the left and a door to the right.
Oh, we gotta make choices.
From the left.
Well, let's go to the right this time.
Seems fair.
Do we see anything? Do we need to make some perception checks?
Yeah, I would like to open each door and look at down the path and see what the options look like.
Sure.
Firebolts down each one.
Okay. So you throw a firebolt down the left door. It kind of goes into a room that looks very similar to this one. Identical in length, width, height, that kind of thing. Very similar cube shape. Nothing notable in that one. Same with the one to the right. You throw a fireball down there. You don't really notice anything too notable about either one. They both look like old, dusty rooms.
All right.
There's no like if I had to say what the difference between the two rooms are.
Virtually identical.
Well, this brings me no good. I will go with the thing that Drew said. You could always ask Polly for guidance.
To the right.
Cool. So You go through the right door, and as you come into this room, it looks like the room that you were in before. There is one noticeable difference that you eventually catch on while you're looking around, is that there's like cabling, maybe like ropes or something, along the top of the room, and they're all different colors. There's a yellow one, a green one, a red one, a black one, all running overhead in the middle of the room, and then they go through the wall above the only other door in this room, which from the way that you came in, it's to the left.
Can they be reached?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Did you say yellow, green, blue, and black? What'd you say?
Yellow, green, red, and black.
Red.
I think you cut
Darling.
the red wire, right? You
Darling
cut the
Aiden.
red-
Darling
They're
Aiden, I do have a question for you. Is this some sort of library mechanism to move books about?
I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this before. I've never been down here. Never been given access.
All right. How about detect magic?
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
Bada bing.
I hold the box of jewelry in front of her while she does that.
God. All right. So I cast detect magic. What do I find?
You feel dormant magic emanating from these cables, from these whatever lashings, whatever these things happen to be on the ceiling. Nothing crazy emanating off of these, just sort of latent magic ability in them.
Anything in the jewelry box?
Pure duds.
Anything in the? They're all duds in the jewelry box.
Yep. The necklace that you put on though does feel a little magical.
Very good. It is
All right.
lovely. It's the only decent piece in this.
So there's a door to your left where those cables run, and then the
All
door
right.
you came from.
Well, this is the only interesting thing we found so far. So let's follow these here cables.
All right. So-
I go ahead and fire up my dancing lights.
Okay.
4 orbs. They kind of have that weird watery glow to them, and just
Yeah.
send them ahead of us.
Sure. So you go through the only other door that's in here, and you're met with another room that is virtually identical. Same thing where you see these cables kind of run through this door. The difference now, though, is they run into the wall, and there's no door on that side. Instead, there's a door on the left-hand side of this one.
All right. If we peek through the door, can we see where them cables went?
So the cables go, they go straight, and the door goes left. So when you open that door to this new room, there's another room that is virtually identical to the rest that you've been in, with no other discernible features, no cables, nothing.
No door?
There is a door in that one that goes to the right. So as you walk in, there's a door on the right-hand side.
All right. Maybe it'll take us back to where the cables are. I don't know.
Okay. You go through this door, another room virtually identical to the rest. And as you walk in, the only thing that's in this room is another door to the right.
All
That
right.
will take us back to the cables if I'm calculating this
Yeah.
correctly.
Let's give it a try.
As Mermab says it, you see it come into existence. You walk into this room, and there's the door that you came in, and then as you look up, they are indeed the same cables that you saw before, running across the wall, coming out of the wall from nowhere, and then running into the middle of this room, and then dangling down.
Oh,
So
Something
they reach down almost to the bottom of the floor, and they are gold tipped. Then as you look to the wall on the left-hand side, you see 3 runes etched into the wall. And then there is a square hole in the wall about chest height.
can I read any of these runes?
The runes, they don't really look like any kind of language. They look more like hieroglyphics, maybe. The first one is
Arcana?
like a man kind of standing, and then the middle one is like a man running away, and then the third one is a triangle with a man like almost laying down in it.
Do the gold tips look like they fit in the hole?
So if you look in the hole, it's a cube void, right? It's a cube shaped absence in the wall. as you're looking in there, you do notice that there is gold inlays that start about a third of the way up, or from the bottom, and go about a third of the way up. It's four gold lines, and then where those come down to the base of the hole, those 4 lines also come out about a third of the way on the bottom piece. So this wall that you're looking at, there's 4 lines, and then the 4 lines also come out this way, making almost like an L-shaped gold inlay in there. 4 of those.
All right.
Seem to be about the width of these cables.
I lay you a bet, so we're supposed to figure out what order these here cables go in order to see. I don't know what's gonna happen.
One of
Did we
these
get-
3 things.
Right.
Man
There's
standing, man running, man laying down.
4 cables and 4 recesses for them to go in.
Mhm.
We haven't gotten any clues or anything on the way here to tell us what these here colors might be, have we?
You have not, no.
I was going to say basically the same thing. One's for audio, one's for video.
Now, 2 are for audio because you got 2 ears.
Oh, right. You have, 2 are audio.
Got 1 for video and 1 for cable.
And 1 for the cable. Yeah. And then we should be able to watch shows here.
So, what are you doing?
I experimentally pick up the yellow cable and touch it to one of the gold places. The far left, I think. Are they left to right?
Mm-hmm. So you grab the cable and you go to put it in the hole. It does not reach. It falls.
So they're like different lengths.
They're
which one's longer?
As you keep trying, they're all about the same length, but they only go about halfway in.
I think we need another piece to complete the distance, to bridge the distance between this here recess in the wall, and then so that it's something can attach to it. We need anybody bring a converter box or.
Perhaps it might be in another room. Shall we continue our explorations?
Ooh, well, hold on a second. This might be a really stupid idea. All right.
Lick it?
What? No, well, not that far off. I was thinking since there's 4 of us plus Arden and Arden, you're the NPC, so I figured the 4 of us might want to try.
I'm the what?
Yes, you
that
don't
stands for
all she is saying is, my honorable history man, that you do not have main character energy.
Sorry about it. Each of the 4 of us picks up one of these here cables and tries to, and then I don't know, and then touches one of the spots in the recess in order to make the connection. So
okay, you can try that. You grab the tip of the cable, and then you touch the inside of the box, one of the different lines here. It doesn't feel like anything particular is happening.
Well, all of us need to try it, like all together.
I'd like to try one of the red ones.
Right, I was going to say that you should hold the red one, and I was thinking that Sib should hold the black one. And then, I don't know, Ethelbert, you yellow or green?
I would like green, please. It is my favorite color.
That's adorable. All right, and then I'll be yellow, just like the swamp grass, and so hold it by the gold part, and then I don't know, use your hand or something to touch the other gold part. All right.
Should we lick our fingers first so that there is enough moisture in order to conduct the power?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but as a water genasi, apparently my skin is always kind of dewy, so I'm always a little wet. It runs in the family. So yeah, so I don't know. Try touching the gold parts and see what happens.
Sure.
Anything happens.
Okay. That was a coin flip, and sure, we'll let it work. So as you guys do this, the last person to touch one of the gold inlays all of you at the same time start to feel a buzzing in your body. It's very tingly, as if you like licked a battery, like the 9 volts. That
We
your
all
whole
know what
body
that
kind
was
of
like.
feels like that right now.
I
So
do enjoy this sensation.
if,
It's almost as though I am alive.
so
I
let's,
feel like I'm
let's
petting a
make it
jellyfish.
interesting. As this is happening, as you feel the electricity kind of buzz through your body, you see the first runes start to glow, and as it starts to glow, you hear a very, very awful sound. It's
Stop.
it makes a bunch of weird sounds. It's like
No way.
Oh, we gotta dial up.
and it keeps repeating that. So all of you roll Constitution saving throws
Oh, snap.
to hold on to the electricity buzzing through your body at the moment.
Well, I believe I have made it, even though I do not have a great Constitution Day. Oh, I do have a good Constitution.
Ew, I have a dirty 20.
I'm at a 17.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
I'm at a natural 20 plus my 4.
I think you
Wow.
mean a nat 21.
Nat 21 plus my 4.
So yeah, you all maintain the connection without the electricity, kind of making you let go. Nice. The second rune begins to glow now. You still hear that same noise happening as the first one becomes solid while the second one is glowing.
All right, can you remind us what them runes were?
Standing,
the
running,
first one is-
laying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, second rune
In a
was
triangle. In
Yeah.
a triangle.
figure, and the third rune was laying down in a triangle. All right.
So
Was there a fourth rune?
Nope, just the 3. So the second one becomes solid and the third one starts to glow and the noise stops. And the third one glows for a while, for a good while. And then it finally goes solid. And then as it goes solid, you hear a very staticky muffled voice go, "Welcome." And the door the door slowly raises up. But it's a big wall. The wall is one giant door that starts to raise up. As it raises up, the connections for the cables can now fit. Like there's no gap between the hole in the wall and the cable, so they fit and almost magnetically they stick really quick into those holes as it goes up. And you see the cables go into the next room, and then the cables run overhead onto a rail that just goes off into this gigantic cave where you can see the whole city. On top of the rail that these cables run through is a large platform cage that you can see inside. Is on the left-hand side as you walk into it. There's 3 levers. The left one goes up and down, the middle one goes left and right, and the right one goes up and down.
Oh, that's fascinating. Oh, this is very fun.
So
Can we
you
burn the
wanna
city from here?
step- You want to step into the cage?
Yes.
Oh, yes. definitely.
You know we do.
Okay, so you step into the cage, and when you walk into this platform cage, you can see down into the old ruins of the old city. Very
How
very
much
big.
movement is down there?
You don't see really any movement at the moment. You'll hear the occasional rock sort of fall, random echoey, taps, normal cave type sounds happening. But it is the ruins of a town. It's a ruins of a very, very big city. You can see the larger structures either hit the top of this very big, vast cave, and then some of them you can kind of pinpoint and realize, like, oh, that's the council tower there. That's the Sundari tower that goes through. You can see these towers go through the ceiling and then up to what would be the ground of your city. giant cave system supported by large natural structures that have formed over time that are kind of holding up this whole city.
Oh my gosh! And then,
And
so when we're all standing on are we all on the platform?
yes.
All right. I want to touch the lever, the lever on the left, the one that looks as if I push it away from me, that something might happen.
So the 3 levers, there's an up and down, a left to right, and an up and down. Are you doing the left one that goes up and down?
I
So
think
I
the left
assume
one
one
goes
is
up
left
and
to
down.
right. We have forward, back, left to right, up, down. So it's
That's
like
what That's what I'm thinking. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
So Brew, if you're the one messing with the levers, you do notice that only the left one, that first one, will move at the moment.
All right.
So we're
put it up or down.
Y'all ready to go on an adventure? Continue this new adventure?
Are we in a grab claw machine?
That's what we're thinking.
the claw.
You know, like we used to play with at the swamp.
Arden kind of looks around
Tell me fish.
and he goes, I'm not super certain, but this may move.
Oh yes, it most assuredly moves. Have you not played games ever?
I've played many games, none with levers like this.
Well, the
Brew.
claw chooses who shall stay and who shall go.
Brew. Pull the lever.
Oh boy.
The
boy.
I'm gonna push the lever.
Okay,
All
you push it up, and you hear kind of the top corner kind of go, but it doesn't do anything.
Wrong lever.
I don't even have that lever.
You're waiting for it.
Ethelbert, can you go
Sure.
out and unlock this machine?
I will unlock the machine.
It doesn't look like there's anything that needs to be removed to make this work. Are you going to try the other direction?
Yes.
Not you, Ethelbert. Do come back.
Right.
Brew, try the other direction.
All right. Then I'll press it down.
So as you pull the lever down, you hear it kind of engage in it, and then the top piece now comes down over the side that you came in, and now you are encased inside of this cage.
All
But I still
right.
managed to throw firebolts through the cage.
Okay.
I'm asking. I'm not doing. I'm just
like through
preparing for the
you could-
possibility.
You could stick your hand through the grates of the cage and do it that way.
Very well. I
She
will be
just
prepared
likes
to
to
do
keep
that.
her options open, is all.
Sure. And after this side comes down to a stop, you hear a tick sound on the console that you were messing with the levers.
Does anything light up?
Nothing lights up
Happily.
now.
You have closed the door. Now let us give an opportunity to move forward.
All right.
Try one of the other levers.
All right. Well, what about the one on the right? I push that one up.
The far right,
Yeah.
you push that one up, and the wall on the opposite side of the one that just came down starts to come up.
Oh, all right.
Close it. Close
All
it.
right. Maybe I push it back down. I'm not ready for us to get on out of here.
Okay, so that one comes back down and then thunks, and then you hear that same on the console again.
So the end levers are open door, closed door, open door, closed door. Let's
All
see what happens with the middle lever.
All right. I push it to the right, I guess.
So you push it the direction away from you, and you feel the thing start to hum to life, and and you see where the cage comes up and is hanging on the rail that the wires go through. That starts to turn little, like almost like pulleys and bearing mechanisms, and you start to ride down this rail.
Is it a cable car?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful. I do love a good cable car.
Arden will pipe up and go, it's interesting. It seems that we are now riding on the line that you connected.
I see what you did there.
Would you say we are downloading? The speed is very slow.
So, my passive perception person, I think, is it Sibilant that has the
It's
highest
me.
passive?
It's
You have
me.
the highest passive.
I got some good old perception.
So Priscilla, as you kind of avert your attention away from the console that you're operating now, you sort of just kind of start looking down at the town, and as you're looking down, you see a medallion that you didn't notice before on the floor. It's a small little medallion.
In the
Very
cage with us?
yes, yep.
All right.
Looks like it had been like accidentally dropped or something here. You pick that up and you look at it. It's very very simple looking. It's in the shape of a feline. Far too simplistic though to really know like what kind of breed or type it is. It has kind of almond shaped eyes, the little nose, little mouth. It's inlaid with like a mother of pearl on the main part of what would be the face. It's kind of like a whitish color, outlined in a black inlay of almost like an onyx, and then has black pieces, black obsidian along the ears, with an arch over the top of that same black obsidian that holds it together. So it's like a mixture of mother of pearl and this like dark obsidian. So very, very high contrast between the two. And all of it, where all these pieces lay, is like gold, where it's all set to where like that's where all of these precious gems are put into it. Very, very pretty looking piece, but very small, about this big.
All right.
What did you find?
Is it jewelry? I'm very interested.
Well, I'll detect magic on it.
Yeah, it kind of the same as those cables. It has like a dormant magic to it, like an inert magic that doesn't feel that it's like emitting from it. It feels like it's contained within, waiting to be unlocked.
Is there anything in the cable car with us that looks like this might fit it or correspond?
Roll an investigation check.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right. Sorry, I got to pull up my skills. All right, I'm at a 15.
Okay, yeah, you comb this cable car pretty well. You're confident you don't see anything that matches this. It looks too out of place for this. Actually, it looks far too ornate for whatever this.
That's fair to say. Yeah, anybody recognize this, Arden? Does this look like something that you can recognize?
It kind of gives it a once over. I can't say that I can put a finger on it. It does look like something that would have existed in the old city, though. Any of the ancient artifacts that we have found have a very similar style of usage with precious gems cut precisely like this.
This is pretty fine work.
Can I make an Arcana check, please?
Sure.
Does a 15 do anything?
You do notice the magical abilities within it. It does look like it, almost like it's a magical key of some sort. Like it's not magical itself. It's like it will unlock the potential of magic in something.
I do adore such things.
And it doesn't open or anything.
It's just like a flat, almost like coin, like in its sizing. Like a pin, like one of those like die cast pins that you could buy.
It's not a Tamagotchi.
No, it's like one of those really fancy pins that you can buy. That's like the enamel coated ones that you can like put inside where it's separated by the metal.
Cloisonne. It's called
Cloisonne. Cloisonne.
Very, very flat though, very coin-like in its thickness. As you guys are talking, though, you do hear a rumble underneath you in the floor of the cavern, and you see a very similar sight of another hole start to appear in the ground.
Like a bad kind of hole, like where I should start throwing firebolts.
It's very far away. I don't know if your firebolts would make it down there. Yeah, it's much farther than that. You guys are way up in the air, multiple stories up into the air. If you're afraid of heights, you don't want to be on this cable car. You do notice that hole sort of erupt out of the ground, and you hear the unsettling sound of thralls emerge from the hole. You see them sort of disperse very quickly out of the hole, about a dozen of them, and they kind of take off in all sorts of directions, just going into any opening that they can find. And then as that's happening, you see a larger thrall sort of be the caboose of all of these coming out of here. And it looks very similar to, if not the same one that you saw in the town mere hours ago.
Would 120 feet reach where they are?
Nope, it's really far down.
It's really, really far. Okay.
Yeah. You see this as if like you're looking down from, like a skyscraper type thing.
They look like ants down there.
Yeah, they're very, very small.
All right.
So as
they're just scattering, they're not going to a particular place.
no, you even then you see the big one kind of look around, kind of take in his surroundings and start walking in the direction that they all kind of went like in almost like a cone shape, right? Just kind of fanned out from there, and he kind of goes in that same sort of like 45-degree direction.
Approximately how far away would you say they are? You said it's like a skyscraper, but about how many feet would you say it is at this moment?
I'd say you guys are probably 400 or 500 feet up.
Okay.
You're starting to come down, like you're coming down at an angle, but you see that there's an opening where your cable car will go into.
All right.
Well, I suppose we should just keep riding this wave because we can't affect them. But we know we're going in the right direction, for they are there.
Yeah. They're kind of headed into the surreptitiously going into the same direction that you are. You guys are much higher up, obviously. You probably let's say you started at like 600 feet, you're coming down to about like 400 feet. So as you guys start to level off in your descension, you kind of go into a tunnel where the cable car rides into, and then it kind of comes to a stop and as it stops, and then you're just kind of sitting at the end of this tunnel in darkness.
Well, we know the lever.
I brought my orbs.
Open.
Yeah. So
Lights.
you have the light of the orbs lighting up this area. It looks like almost like a terminal ending where you guys meet the end. There's like a door at the other side of the gate of your rail car.
Certainly, we must exit this vehicle.
Well, let's look around. All right. So we can see the door and we can see the tunnel that we're in, but
yep. So you can open the gate to the door if that's what you were.
Oh yeah, I press the lever on the right so that the door in front of us opens.
Yep. So you push that lever up, that door kind of and then
I'm so glad I'm so naturally inquisitive.
the console that you're operating makes that tick sound again, which now you can understand that it's locking the other levers for like safety. And then you were met with a stone door in front of you.
All right.
Does the door open in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, if you push on it, it opens freely.
I would very much like to open this door.
Sure. So you open this door, and then inside of here is sort of a arched hallway that kind of opens up into 3 other arched openings, but this goes into a much bigger room. Inside of this room,
Firebolt.
Sure. So you throw a firebolt in here as it, we'll say you shoot it up at like a 45 upwards. And as you do, it starts to illuminate the room. In the center of the room is a glass or a wooden pedestal with a glass case on the top of it. And then around the room is various little indentions in the walls. So it's just a big like circular shaped room, probably about 60 feet squared, or I guess 60 foot diameter since it's a circular room. And all across the whole inside of this room, it's almost like an inverse of a golf ball. So how a golf ball has the little dimples in it, it's like that, but on the inside, right? And then inside every one of those divots is these little cups, and the little cups have little like crystal looking shapes on top of them. And then in the center, you see this wooden pedestal with a glass case on it. And that's what you see in the room.
Are there any bodies in this room?
No bodies.
I'd like to approach the case.
Sure.
I'd like to approach one of the cups.
Sure. So, Mermab, you go up to the case and you see there is, in fact, a book open inside of it. And the pages are just sort of slowly flipping themselves over one by one.
Grab my cell phone and I take a picture of each. No, never mind.
Brew, as you're walking through, you notice that as you get closer to the wall where these divots are, you notice that the cups almost look like pots for plants, but they're made out of like copper. And then the crystals that are sitting on top, they are in fact filled with soil, but the crystal sitting on top almost looks like a large seed, all different varying shapes and sizes of these little like seeds.
All right, can I like take a cup and pick it up and hold it?
Yeah, just feels like a normal cup.
And it's got a crystal growing out the top of it.
Not growing, it's just sort of sitting there on top of the cup. So
all right,
yeah,
I put it in a pocket.
Okay. Let's see. Mab, roll an investigation check for me.
Very well, I shall do this. I rolled abysmally. Does an 8 get me anything?
No, you don't notice anything interesting. Well, the whole thing is very fascinating. You don't notice anything extraordinary in this. You're fascinated by the pages that are flipping themselves.
And we can't read it or anything?
Can I read it?
Not really. It's in that same like ancient writing that was in Arden's pages. So like you can kind of try and catch words, but it's still it's even though it's flipping slowly, it's flipping fast enough that you can't like catch it. You know.
Arden, do you know what any of this is?
Arden looks shocked. He looks at it and he says, "That has to be the Sundari Codex."
Of course. The question is, what happens if we open it? It feels like a trap.
We can try. It seems to be that there's some sort of unlocking mechanism for it, though. And he kind of points at sort of the base, the center and the base of it. There's like a indentation for something that's missing.
Does my cat talisman fit into it?
Roll perception.
Oh, all right. Perception. It's a 12.
That's good enough. Your ears perk up with them talking about this ongoings, and yeah, you kind of go this. Arden kind of takes a look and goes, yes, the outline of this looks like it should fit. He'll take the little medallion from you and he kind of puts it in place. And as it goes in, it kind of clicks down into the indentation. And then you see the book glow with like this blue hue. And as it glows, particles start to raise off of the book as if like grains of sand. And as that's happening, almost like a vacuum at the base of where the medallion went in starts to pull those particles through a small cylindrical shape at the base, and it starts to reform the outline of the book in front of you on the pedestal where there's a blank open area. As it's pulling through, it's going very slowly. These grains, these little magical grains sort of coming through and just like going into place. So
like
you basically
hourglass.
Yeah. Essentially that same thing. So Brew, as you come up, you roll an investigation check to see what stands out to you.
Ooh,
Roll with advantage, actually.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. Well, my first roll was a 9 and my second roll was a 16.
Great.
Look.
you notice after messing with the little like copper little cups on the walls, that the back of this has 10 spots where these cups could almost fit into them.
The back of the book has
The back of the case.
Back
the
at
back
the
of the case has.
But there's how many cups? There's like hundreds.
There's a lot of cups. Yep.
All right. Are all the cups like the same shape?
Yes, but the crystals that are laying on top of them are not.
Oh,
Ooh, so we can kind of match up the crystals with the shape that they need to be to fit into the impressions.
Mhm.
All right.
So
All right. I'll look around this room and try to find crystals in the cups that fit into these indentations. I want to see what's going to happen.
I'm
So,
very excited.
everyone roll investigation.
Investigation.
Oh, that is much better. For now, I have. Hey,
I got a 19, y'all.
I got a dirty 20.
6.
Okay.
18, and I am surprised as anyone else.
So as you guys are looking around, Sib, you're looking around, sort of a little disinterested at the moment of this. It's a lot of almost like analysis at this point, right?
Look at my cups.
All of these
Are
cups.
there a lot?
All of these cups look the same. The little crystals that are sitting on top, they all just look like crystals to you. The others that rolled high, sort of the same thing. None of them look remarkable, right? They all just sort of look almost like somebody took a large like piece of glass and just smashed it, and then took those shards and put them on top of these pieces of soil. But as you're looking through, you do notice that some of them do look similar. There's a lot of them that have a teardrop shape to them, very, very purposefully cut. They're the only ones that look like someone has worked on them, that they've been like manufactured in a way. So who you rolled a dirty 20, Mab?
Very well. Yes, I did.
So you find 3 that look similar. Ethelbert, what did you roll again?
18.
Okay, you find 2 that look similar. And then what did you roll, Priscilla?
19.
A 19. Okay, and then you also find 2. So together you have found, what is that, 7?
That's 7. Yeah.
So as you come up, you kind of look through, and those are the only ones that you find that look similar. As you come back over to the pedestal, you can start to place them into the spots if you want.
I would like to sort them real quick and pick 5 spots on the back of the thing?
There's 10 spots on the back, and you have 7 cups that look similar,
Gotcha.
or 7 crystals that look similar.
Then we're good. We'll put them all in.
Okay.
All right.
Whoever
Debbie,
goes
darling,
first.
could you kind of perk up and maybe carry a little bit of weight? We need at least 3 more.
Yeah, Arden, why don't you give it a try? So look with your elf. What do your elf eyes see?
Sure. He kind of studies what you guys have, and he rolls as well. He rolls like garbage. So he looks at it and says, my tired eyes today, I'm not sure I'll be much help, but I'll give it a whirl. He starts looking around kind of absentmindedly.
16.
He's been through a lot.
All right, so are you rolling to look again? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I know like a thing I'm looking for.
Now that you know what you're looking for, you kind of look around for that specific thing, and you're able to find 2 more. So you're missing 1. But is anyone going to go start putting them on the pedestal?
Oh yeah, we're matching them up.
Okay. All right. Who wants to do the honors for the first one?
I will certainly step up.
Okay.
Unless you would like to, Ethelbert.
I would be honored for if I may serve our party by laying down my life. This would be a very excellent way to go,
You do
and an
not-
honorable way.
But
So you put the cup in the back of the in the back of the pedestal, and as you push the crystal down into the soil with your thumb, you you do take notice that the medallion, the eyes of the medallion light up, and as they start to light up, the book starts to light up more, and the little grains that are coming off of the book start to pull through this vacuum at the base at a quicker pace.
Would you look
Why,
at
hello,
that?
kitty.
Hey, Ethel, I think she likes it.
Excellent.
So, Ethelbert, are you the one that's going to do the seeds in the back of the case?
I will
And
be honored
while he's
to do
doing
so.
that, I will continue searching.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll
So you got
help.
you got kind of a game plan going here. As Ethelbert continues to push more of the seeds in, the cat eyes on the medallion glow brighter. The book then glows brighter, and the particles inside begin to move faster. As you all are sort of getting this routine down, you start to hear rumble underneath you. The very ground that you're standing on begins to shake. All of the pots on the wall start to shake and rattle, and then slowly start to fall off. It starts to rattle more and more and more and more, and then inevitably a hole ruptures in the back of the room.
Firebolts!
You throw a firebolt in there. You throw the firebolt in. The thralls start to come out. Let's see. Ethelbert, roll. Actually, Sib, roll perception for me.
13.
13 is enough to see. In the chaos, you see this hole in the back start to emerge and thralls start to pour out. Mab is starting to throw fireballs in there. Ethelbert starts to hear the commotion. He turns to look towards Mab. All this starts to sort of happen to you in slow motion because like chaos doesn't really mess with you that much, sort of enhances what you're doing. But then off to the other side, you notice a bigger hole emerging, and the big elder thrall figure comes out, wraps his arms around Drusilla, and starts to pull her into that hole.
Oh no! Help! Keep pushing them stones in, y'all.
Give me the healing potions.
I drop what I am doing, and I pull up the crossbow, which was handed to me by Drusilla, my friend and cousin. Probably. And I would like to shoot the already knocked crossbow bolt at
I
the
will
beast that is
say,
holding her.
I will say that Sib is the only one that noticed Drusilla getting pulled into the hole right now.
In that case, never mind.
Oh,
I will continue pushing the seeds in.
I don't watch silently. I make a lot of racket, and then I
Sure. All this is, like I was saying, it's happening in like basically like one
Right.
combat order. So it's like 6 seconds of like slow motion where you're just like clocking all of these things happening, and that's where we'll leave it for this session.
Oh, so
Cliffhanger.
on my friends with that cliffhanger and Drusilla being
That's
kidnapped
why he's called Cliffhanger.
and Sib being the only one to recognize everything, and Mermab shooting off firebolts, and me, Ethelbert, pushing the seeds in. Let us end with one final round of confessions.
I am very much enjoying burning this opportunity. I have a couple of ideas. I'm really looking forward to incinerating even more thralls while this book renders behind us. I might even just cast create bonfire as they go through the fire. Oh, this will be so lovely. I could not possibly be more completely aware of all the situations that are happening around me. This is a very lovely moment.
Do you have a poem about it?
I was thinking about a poem. Bonfire, burning bright. Here. End the thralls. Cleansing fire. walk through to the end. Would you like to hear it again?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Burning thralls through the
No. Oh, hell no. Pulling people down to their death is my thing. I'm not okay with this. Also, you don't do my peeps like that. Oh, no. No, I'm mad now. No, I'm mad.
I am pushing the seed in, and you will give us honor and strength. Grow, little seed. Reveal all of your secrets to us. Wait, what is that noise?
I tell you what, if this bad boy don't let me go right now, I swear I'm gonna give him such a pinch. You let me go. Well, you are sent by that whole harlot of despair and darkness, Jolene, and I shall not be taken. I shall not be taken.
Foolish flesh, walking right into my trap. I did not have the key to open the codex, but now I have leverage.
And friends, that will end tonight's Nat 21 Adventures. Please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit all of the things. Go follow our YouTube page. Hit the bell, ring the bell, subscribe. It is the only way we judge our self-worth. And remember to follow all of us. In fact, Just Mab, who's playing MerMab. Where can people find you?
Why, I do believe, I'm talking like my cousin now, I do believe that I can be found at Mab's Mobile Mercantile, now accepting commissions.
Excellent.
I'm making things. Oh, and I'm also
Ex-
here all week in all the shows.
Yes, you truly are. You are doing the in-between on Thursday, yes?
And creating with the crew tomorrow.
Ooh. The only one then, you just did not simply join my alter ego this afternoon. This morning at 11.
Oh, no, I don't do anything before noon. That's an obligation.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes, I respect that move. And Brew/Prue, where are you?
Well, I'm currently in North Carolina and working on my next big project, which is 2 albums. You may have heard of it. I've been working on it for a little while. My next appearance is going to be at Gen Con, where you can find me and Paolo Garbanzo and a few more Nat 21 friends, including, I'm pretty sure Aunts is going to be there. She was there last year, so why not? And then I'll be at Dragon Con Labor Day weekend. And until then, I regularly stream on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Modern Monday with Lady Prudence, the Total Request No Rehearsal Time extravaganza. We're going to see if I can make it next week. I may or may not, because I'm doing one of them their jobs that I got to do to make money. So, well, I'll let you know on the Discord chat if I'm going to be able to do Modern Monday next week. But, keep an eye out. New stuff's happening.
And I believe at Gen Con, you're also going to be playing Decide Your Personal Endangerment live.
That is my dearest hope. So hopefully I'll get to do some Decide Your Endangerment with Paolo. Stay tuned for more details.
Excellent. Z, what about you?
Well, we already mentioned Tabletop Teas, so you can visit that anytime you want. And then here on Twitch, I'm Z Goes Meep, and you can watch me Wednesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m., where I play video games with my kid. And despite being sick, we are currently planning on streaming tomorrow. So come support me, and I might not talk so much, but
Send her some soup, everybody.
yes, send me some soup.
Ooh, I love
Yes.
that.
I'm when I'm not here sporting fantastic bangs, I'm Shakespeare, Oh, and you can join me this weekend at. I can't keep talking like this. Oh my god. I'm Shakespeare, and you can join me at the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair, final weekend for that in Ansonia, Connecticut, and next week and the next week after that, I'll be at the Maine Renaissance Fair. Then August off, I'm only going to be online and doing administrative work, but you can join me Tuesday mornings at 11 for writing sonnets with Shakespeare, and then here or on Gothic Horror Gaming as the need arises. And of course, you can commission a sonnet from me over at coffee.com/Shakespeare. It's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare. And of course, support all of us here on Nat 21 Adventures by going to patreon.com/Nat21 Adventures. GM Justin, what are you up to?
Nothing. I am a boring person.
All right. I would say not, because you put us into SimCity. So
Sure.
That was
I'm
awesome.
plotting. I am plotting your demise. Did you guys catch the final 90s 2000s reference at the end there with the medallion?
With the medallion.
Medallion.
The
Little
cat
cat.
eyes were lighting up.
There's a little cat medallion.
Yeah.
The little black pieces on its ears with a little bridge that goes over the top.
it's
Oh,
Napster.
There you go.
Oh.
I didn't want to be too on the nose with the description, so
I loved it
went
when
with the
I
mother of
realized that the
pearl and-
runes were the AOL startups. I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
You know, and then the other thing I was like, we're adding RAM.
Yeah.
Is that
to
what we're
the-
doing? We're
to the
adding
back
RAM
of the
to
book.
the down.
You're seeding the download as you would on
Yeah.
Napster.
Oh,
the
seeding
more
the
people
download.
downloading at the same time, the faster it goes. Yes.
Nice.
Excellent.
Could have been a pirate. That one I would have
This
gotten
is-
immediately.
These are jokes inside of jokes.
Yes.
It's Inception. I love this. Well,
Right.
friends.
References.
Well, friends, thank you so very much. Please join us tomorrow for crafting with the crew. I'm not sure if Gothic Horror Gaming is happening tomorrow, but then of course
It
on
is not.
Thursday. Oh, thank you very much,
They have
Mermap.
the COVID.
And then maybe on Thursday, the Flash Phantasmagoria. Otherwise, I will volunteer to step into that and do something with people.
Hey,
So we are doing the in between on Thursday night.
Fantastic.
You guys like weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just want to prove that my little swamp witch brewski kind of lady is comes by it honest. I'm on my friend's back porch of her log cabin right now, and y'all want to see what just landed on me? Look at that.
Oh, it's a June bug.
A June bug.
It is the
June
cutest little
bug.
beetle, and it's looking right up at me and just kind of cleaning her little mandibles. And she's just like, I needed a place to hang out, so can I just hang out with you for a little while? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's fine.
They've been joining me in the pool. It's been quite
You know,
There was one.
surprise.
There was one on the top of my hat the entire day on Saturday at Midsummer, and then a kid came up and smacked the brim of my hat. I'm like, "What are you
Oh.
doing?" And they were trying to dislodge the June bug, and I was like, "Oh no, let it go! Oh my god!" But also, you just hit my hat without permission.
Right.
But friends, that is. I'm sorry, friends, Romans, Mablandians. This has been Nat 21 Adventures, MystMor Island. When a natural 20 just won't do, you need, of course, a Nat 21. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I lost mine. Sorry.
Oh wait, that would be me. One
Yeah.
moment, please.
Yeah, it's you.